Hello and welcome to Attila Total War. I am Carpus here at Carpusgamechannel, and this is a multiplayer battle that I played yesterday, if I recall. I decided to play it as the Sasanid Empire. This is the very first time I played the Sasanid Empire. Previous examples of using this force was about an hour before the battle when I decided to do a single player campaign of them. Alright, sorry for that brief interruption. Not as brief as his name. But yeah, as I was saying, I minimize this down a little bit so we still chat and stuff. I'm really confused to who's there's looks about how we set up. Oh yeah, I remember, because we both sort of believe we would be positioned elsewhere because I always have it attacking from the east. So I think a lot of maps, north and south, you kind of have one person starts with a really good location and the other person has to look at a massive hill to fight. So I like making it more flex, as it were. So as you can see here straight off the back, the reason why I kind of have a few herders and sling and stuff, because I like, okay, he's going to Saxons. Saxons don't really tend to bring heavy ranged units, and a lot of the units, say like the axemen here, they don't really utilize any shields at all. So I didn't really feel like I need to invest a lot of money onto decent, like, strong archer units. I was like, okay, I'll get a few skirmishers to take up their range and sort of harass people where I can harass and sort of thing. In terms of cavalry, I reckon I could have brought... Where is my cavalry? Okay. In terms of cavalry, I can't remember what I actually brought over here. I got the, let's try and pronounce this. The Griv Panvar Cataphracts. So I kind of brought these, like, okay, they're semi-decent cavalry sort of thing. I'm trying to do a whole lot of that. I did kind of expect them to bring a little bit more heavy cavalry. I mean, the cavalry they got was, just slightly better than mine. Heroic cavalry over here. I'm not sure what they have over here. Is it just 2 sets of heroic cavalry? No, it is indeed. So I kind of got a supply of Armenian spirits, as you can see, and I gave them a silver rank each just to try and make them a little bit better in just general melee as it stands. As you can see here, especially in the radar, I have spread my men really far and wide. Like, I'm trying to use a couple of spirit units here as well as my cavalry to help fight their cavalry, because their cavalry were just a little bit better than mine. But even my actual melee units here, the Sogdian warriors, like, they are pretty good against cavalry. Because oh no, they don't have the spear chuck used. None of my guys actually have the extra little bonus, which is a bit of a shame, really. But because all of their guys do, apart from the pikemen. The pikemen did prove slightly difficult in this fight. I know they're not as efficient as they were in Rome in this game, but they were more than enough to be like, okay, I got to be careful of those because my units aren't really geared towards fighting them. I guess you can say my Sogdian warriors here, they could have held themselves a little bit better, but I especially had to move my men around a lot, hence the big spread and stuff, so I knew I had the blanket cover, so I can go around and try and angle their men as much as I wanted to. Here I'm feeling quite confident over my slingers and slingers. We've got the high ground. The only problem is they've got, is it one more unit? No, they've got the same amount of men than I, but if I'm trying to gauge into if I'm actually going to go and initiate the fight, they obviously get the first throw off, and slingers versus slingers, you kind of want to get more throws off than the other guy. The good thing about them having pikes as well, I guess, they don't seem that heavily armoured up, so again the slingers could do some strong damage against them given time, sort of thing. Obviously I knew these guys were here, hence why I'm bringing my men up here. I was trying to hope that this sort of thing here would cover these men and get them hit. Oh, they are hidden. Alright, fair enough, as I sort of talk. But he would have seen me move them along here anyway, unless he's silly, he would have forgot. Using words like silly now, we're not going to swear because people are now in the house, hence the disruption earlier. Forgot to mention that. So as you can see, I'm trying to sort of just have the odd things here sort of lonely out. I'm going to keep these units hidden. Looking back at it now, probably placing them about here. Okay, I was going to say probably placing them here would be a little bit more efficient since they are moving up there, guys. So I decided to bring these guys up and kind of move my swordsmen up here just to delay the cavalry if they decide to go in for a side charge and all of that kind of thing. So I'm keeping up my spread here now. I'm trying to move as much of their men about as I possibly can, which might have sort of hindered me a bit later on in the game, as you will see as we get to it. But right now I'm just sort of looking to myself, how can I sort of initiate and hit the slingers first, because once the slingers are gone, and if I've got good ammo, I can just maximum harass. And I won't tell you what happened to this, but we did do another game straight after. I was like, okay, I'll go the hunt. I remember being good at the hunt, and it's a very similar thing, big spread, horse archers here, horse archers on this side, and I just surrounded his units, and it was like shooting fish in a barrel. So that's the thing that I try and do aim for. So if you ever manage to randomly find me in a game, that's what I will try and do. Is try and hit your archers and circle you with mine, like as easily as possible. So as I was saying, let's come down here. I was sort of looking at my men. Like some of my cavalry can fight. It was like low threat, and then like the next one will be a high threat for the militant unit and stuff like that. Okay, hence why I've got extra security along these lines here against those sets of cavalry. This is their main bulk here. I'm not really too sure when we decide to actually initiate out. I remember we were talking through most of this, like he was actually reading my chat. So I'm going to just put it on double time here a little bit, and just see if we kind of get a bit of motion and moving. I'm surprised my general is still so far back. Oh, my general actually has range. I do kind of have to remember vaguely remembering that now. I'm going to put back on standard motion, so I'm just going to have a quick look to see what we're doing. Okay, this might be the actual initial push, because as you can see now, I've got some spearmen here. Bring them up with all of these, because they got the cavalry there. And I do believe I don't have anything to draw. I try and sort of zone people down in this section here, because this is where their weakest part, I say their weakest part, they've got all of their strong axemen here, so I say the weakest part, this is where their kind of bulk of their force sort of seems to be sitting. So as you can see, I'm sort of moving on this, trying to pressure this, and at the same time, I've got my 2 spearmen coming up here on this ridge, I've got my swordsmen sort of spreading out just a little bit more. I'm reminding them that I still have a force here. The one thing that I did have slightly over this guy was micromanagement, hence when we were talking in chat and stuff, speaking about micromanagement. It wasn't his strong point with cavalry, so he didn't tend to use it. He also did tell me that this army is actually a very strong cavalry nation, which eastern factions tend to be the horse or the bow sort of thing. So me bringing up dominantly melee infantry may now look at it in hindsight be a bit of a silly choice, but my force here I actually did really enjoy just playing with, so I've got this unit saved up, so you may see me using this actual setup again at some point. Right. As you can see here again, I'm sort of spreading my men, keeping that nice long arc of men all across, forcing him now, as you can see, to bring over some of his elite Nordic warriors. These guys were solid, or are solid. Like, they gave me a good fight. And also he's bringing up some of his axemen now. Now that he's actually bringing most of his force over to the right hand side due to my moving here, I have now made him completely move all of his men, sort of thing. I'm now looking at it thinking, alright, there's his slingers, I'm going to bring some men here, I can harass his cavalry, I can harass his axe warriors. Unless he moves these, he can't do anything about it, sort of thing. So I'm going to move these guys up, as you can see now. I've still got these guys here on reserve in case I do need them against any quick attacks, against anything else. But as I was doing this, I targeted their axe warriors, knowing that they'll probably decimate my spearmen or even my, I can't say swordsmen because they got maces, if I believe. Yeah, they have mace. My macemen. So as you come up here, I'm going to see here just sort of get a bit of harassment off. He's not actually yet responding to this, so I'm going to bring up a bit extra men here, and move up my cavalry, show him that this is where I'm going to start the fight. And as I start doing this, he does. I'm a couple of seconds behind here. I'm a couple seconds forward of what actually happens in terms of commentary, apparently. There we go. He starts bringing up his slingers. Or at least one set of slingers, which is fine. One set of slingers I can deal with. And you can see I have to mobilise my slingers up here just a little bit more. Then I've got to be careful with these 3 slingers here, just in case. But as he's moving out, I think they're slightly out of position. But okay, cool. I'm just going to hit them. I can probably take them out with these slingers at least. And in the meantime, like, okay, he's bringing up these guys. Get my slingers, hit them. Get these slingers, hit these. Hopefully 2 against 1, that'd be bam, those slingers out the way straight away. Same time, again, as I was mentioning before, micromanagement, I was like, alright, he's doing that. Pikes are really slow moving units. I've got to be very careful with them, don't get me wrong, my cavalry, but they're not in any position to quickly hit me and do any real damage. Just like, okay, bam, send in my cataphractors, hit into their slingers, and see if I can get this done out the way as quickly as possible. There you go, I got 2 hitting these guys and 2 hitting these guys. As you can see, they are not holding anywhere near as much as they are doing damage to me. So here I feel pretty confident. Got to be careful though, because as I'm looking back now in hindsight, all of these guys have javelins, and they're just going to do a lot of damage against my cavalry. And as you can see, there are 20 men, but it's gone already. But okay, keep moving, push up the line, hit into these slings to stop them from hitting into these guys. Now I've got these 2 here being focused fired upon these. Oh, I got another set of cavalry here I actually did not realise about. So you can see I've changed the fire now to them to completely get rid of that unit while my cavalry is hitting into both of these. These guys are starting to rout, no big surprise, they did get pelted by a crap ton of javelins. Plus I know they no longer have any ranged units defending their pikemen. There you go, that's that unit gone. But as you can see, I start moving up them and now, so that, okay, quickly pull back my guys. I can see moving my cavalry around because all the fights almost started happening here. And you can see I'm sort of zoning them currently now with my Armenian spears. They cannot really go on to me now when I got good spear units just here holding the line. Got to be careful here of the axemen. As you can see here, I've routed, well, I completely broke one, not slingers at least. This unit here, as currently regrouping. This guy came back though, which is nice. That's 19 men against their guys. It's time to bring up their pikemen a little bit. Here, melee does engage. This is probably a very bad thing. I've got my slingers to sort of help try and do a little bit of cover fire on that. As you can see, I'm bringing up some more men here also. I'm bringing up these guys here to come along the side so I can flank this unit while my spears defend. Got my cavalry just coming up here as well to either hit into the back of these, hit into the slingers, or try and zone these guys out just a little bit more. As you can see now, I have broken another set of their slingers. Got to pull back my cavalry very quickly now because those pikemen are coming. So we pull back these guys very quickly. And as you can see, I'm also sending up my cavalry whilst putting these guys up. There you go, my guys are all starting to throw out here a little bit. Managed to break this unit again. Now I've got some actual warriors coming to the side of the axemen. I've got even more again. So this is a bit of a hammer and anvil. My guys are routed here, like I said, they're not going to do well against this. But the flank came in, and a bit of hammer and anvil sort of did help that. Sending the cavalry right here again. Again, cavalry, their cavalry slightly better than mine, but I did hit into multiple sides. Plus I got this cavalry here. I don't know if I do decide to make them come up and hit them. Got my slingers focusing dominantly onto their axe warriors. My guys do have semi-decent armor, so their slingers I am not too fussed about as of yet. And it's just starting to break this. My medium spears got put up here against their cav. I'm bringing everyone around to help solve that. You saw that equal back, fair enough sort of thing. Here, as you can see, I got my cavalry now swarming their cavalry, so I do believe, yeah, they are losing decisively. So that's going to be a nice quick one. Their slingers are doing good damage though against my horses, which I've got to be careful at. My slingers are now just slowly pulsing into them, so I don't believe that they're going to last for too long. These guys are routing. The right hand side currently looks very good for me. The left hand side is pretty stable, not much going on. He hasn't really utilised his pikemen all that well. I mean, he did push up to make me run away, but he kind of held his line here quite strongly. I haven't got a lot of ammo left, as you can see now, so like, alright, just use whatever I can against the pikemen sort of thing. Probably looking back at this now, probably might be more useful against the odd axeman or... Ooh, pardon me, I did not mean to burp them. Pardon me, twice. Looking back on that, I could have kind of hit these guys here a little bit more. I mean, the pikemen were solid units, but if I got rid of the core of their melee, it is something that would have been a little bit more beneficial. Here, as you can see, I got my men sort of just holding firm as they got the enemies now coming in for a little charge. Oh god, I just saw him embed an axe into one of my guys' heads. As you can see here, combat's happened. This cavalry unit, I think, charged them. Oh no, damn. My bad. I'm going to see I got some horses now coming around. I sent in reinforcements from my spears. More range support coming in here from my general. Probably doing a little bit more damage to my men, but looking at it now, we're sort of equaling out. I thought I had more men in there than I actually did. Putting back most of my slingers. All my slingers, well, they're all but out of ammo. My main spears are going to hold that nicely. Their melee is gone, and it's just really cavalry, and I don't have to worry too much about the cavalry. And as you can see during all of this, oh, I didn't even see that on my apologies. Minimize the map, that's what does that for you. I'm bringing up some more melee infantry here. I'm sort of just going to keep them spread out. One of their things came back, like, alright, I'll send my swordsmen against that. Not the best against cavalry, but they will defeat that quite easily because it's like, what? 16 men versus 95. Initial charge, don't get me wrong, does a massive downside against me. But in turn I do end up winning that. I'm sending in more again, that's actually a nice play here from him. I would bring up the spearman now, or even if I wanted to engage my general into melee, but there you go, the numbers started to fall them back a bit. The shot from the charge started to break. We broke that unit nicely. Here on the cavalry side though, it's going to be a quick little clear up. It's not going to be too long. I'm going to be careful with this cavalry here, as you can see I'm sort of bringing up men. Keeping my spearmen close to my general. I'm close to my slingers because I'm not really too sure what's going to happen. Over there, as you can see, I'm also bringing up my, well, reforming my men. I kind of got like 20% of my army over there, not really doing anything at the moment. So I know that you got these guys here. There's only 3 against all of this, so in theory, it could be enough just to win. A few of my ranged, well, whatever ammo I really kind of have left, I'm now going to hit into these axe warriors. Most of them missed. That's right, because some of them hit the lines in the back, so can't really complain all too much here. Cavalry fight still going on. As you can see, I got my general in the fight now, just for the extra morale for my men and the extra numbers against theirs. So sort of just help itself out here a little bit. Now they starting to use, well, bring their pikes into play, just that extra little bit sort of thing. I don't know if I do pull back my archers here. I'm really not too sure. I say archers, not my slingers. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave them to engage it into melee straight away. Axe in the face, coming in. Axe, 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 axe. That guy didn't get axed. Oh no, there you go. But there's that gonna happen for you. It's like, okay, crap. So I get all these guys to fight these. My slingers are out of ammo. I might as well utilize them into something melee. Should have been using these spears. I'm not sure why I went. I wasn't even. Not sure why I went. Didn't bring these guys around and hit them from the back to try and do a little bit extra against this. Genuinely surprised that my cavalry haven't actually won this yet. I thought this was a little bit more convincing win than I actually remember. You know, over there, it's broken units. There you go, I finally get men to come in and actually deal with these axes properly. I don't know if I'll focus more over here during the fight, my generals involved, and I got men fighting men, sort of thing. But I got my spears in here now, so their cavalry isn't really gonna do much more here if they stick around. So I got my generals, well, just sort of keep them occupied so I can get these guys in. My general gives them the cavalry, they're held up, he's probably gonna turn around like, I'm gonna try and kill that fucking general. You know, very risky on my part, don't get me wrong for that. But then it gives it time also to get the Armenian spears into the fight where I need them. Back over here, however, though, the Axemen is actually still fighting very strongly. The Saxons do have some nice melee infantries. So while that's happening over here, I'm like, okay, we're going to start moving men over here. So all my spearmen I've run down now. So as you can see, they can start using their pikes. So I'm going to need men to actually hit into the back of these pikes. But the only bad thing now, after all of this fighting, I don't really have enough men to utilise into doing that. But I probably could use two of my slingers to hold up, hit them from the front and get my actual melees engaged from behind. But then I don't know how long my guys are going to come in. There you go, they've got a nice little part in here. They do seem quite open. And here I should be able to circle them quite easily. And I got my guys here. They've not really used their general or anything yet. One thing I could have done my slingers for after getting rid of their slingers is to bring them completely out of battle and hone on their general. So because they have little men left now, and if the general managed to die, it wouldn't not been too bad. As you can see here, I bring in my warriors sort of thing. Come on. A few holds up the line.
Our forces have found their courage. Back to the fight.
There you go, as you can see, he's also starting to pressure my guys here with his pikemen. So I'm not going to stick around for pikemen, they're slow moving units. I'm going to see if I can get around and deal with what fighting is happening where. Here again, more fighting is happening, but now it's 22 against 100, so in turn numbers, we're going to sort of overwhelm them and get rid of them here. Back to the pikemen though, they managed to complete 360 turn, despite being in melee. Bit of a pain in the ass, but doesn't worry about that because I got these guys here coming in from behind. So hopefully now with a few men here sort of fighting like toe to toe, this unit here will not last too long. As you can see on this side now, battle is finally starting to happen. Here, their guys are better than all of my guys, basically. So here I'm like, okay, I've got to be careful, clever in a way. So I'm trying to split my men a little bit. I think I split these guys a bit too much, I think, see here, because they've got kind of got a good split now upon me. So this here probably wasn't the smartest of ideas. The smartest ideas was bringing them back, bringing them along, bring them down, regaining the rest of the force. Bad thing about that, they still have their pikes. This is where most of my focus is because I've been playing Rome a lot recently, and pikes are something you've got to be careful of. Oh, cough. As you can see, I'm using everyone now pretty much to jump in on this pike unit. They've got 90 men left because they got the free silver bar. They're going to be holding probably for quite a short amount of time, and they're going to kill a lot of men that is in front of them, which is killing a lot of my actual warriors that I need. In the front here, probably would have been best to have my slingers. But my slingers are doing a little bit here on the side flank. They're completely surrounded, so morale, I said they're completely surrounded, so morale isn't really their strong point at the moment. As you can see, I'm just sort of trying to distract their other pikemen as much as possible. So I'm trying to keep these guys occupied. They're engaging as actually happened over here. Their men are actually leading decisively, which I'm generally surprised at, because their men, I do believe, were actually really good on this side of the battlefield. Here though, they are sort of winning. Here they are, well, we're both apparently losing here. They're just losing less than I am. So as you can see, they're starting to turn that around a little bit now, swordsman against this shooting spearman. So that, okay, here we can defeat this guy, we can't defeat this guy. He crossed them over here quite nicely. Here, I should have got this unit, pulled them right to the right a little bit, got these guys to engage, swung them around and hit them from behind. Currently this unit looks like it's preoccupied coming into here. However, by the looks of it, I didn't really see that. I kind of got everybody hitting into this. Whoa, what am I doing? General! Okay, he's got the pikes down. I knew that, obviously. And now I should pull my general right out of there. Wow, okay. I forgot all what happened. Oh fuck, there you go. There's a big morale shock. I should have done that charge. It was a good place, but I should have saved at least one cavalry round about this. Their unit's now, well, it was wavering, so I thought the big side hit from all angles would do with that quickly. I'm just pretty much trying to zone them now, get one unit down at a time. That is the best way, using my weaker but superior numbers to deal with this. Their generals now is engaged into full melee. They are starting to lose this. So hopefully we manage to kill their general before anything really else happens. The pressure upon the pikemen though, that is the thing that I got to be careful of now. The pikemen, they just hold. And I've got to be very careful of their actual infantry now coming from inside. They are slightly targeted, their combat efficiency is not what it could be, but at the same time my guys have been fighting continuously since. So my guys' combat efficiency is definitely not what it is. Kind of got these guys to turn and face them. They can beat the pikes, I know they can beat the pikes, but it's better to face them than to suffer a morale shock from being hit from behind. He's dedicated to turning around to hitting my German unit, so I was like, okay, just keep hit them, pull them out, hit them, pull them out. As you can see, I'm trying to do that. German unit kind of got absolutely hammered in that. Oh, I'm speaking, and it's a very hot day. Turn on a fan, have a drink of water. Alright, there we go. After all of that, mayhem, I guess, is looking very strong now for their unit. They've got they've got stronger melee forces. They've got their pikes holding the line a little bit. My guys are apparently stepping off. Oh no, they have just left off. Only there's one unit there is left. I was like, okay, I'm going to bring these back. I can't sit here and fight these over here. I'm just going to quickly hover over here. They managed to win this, but as you can see here, I have done massive damage to their unit. So they've got about a unit collectively between them now. Here, this fight has just gone on for ages. This fight is not as long as I want to. 18 men left, and it's still just holding. Welcome to fighting Saxons, I guess. So you can see up here, I got some more men now. Bring them up here just to get that extra bit of help up. Here, I'm not really too sure if I lost these, well, if I gave up on these guys or not. I thought I'd get my spearmen to fight their guys. I've got the superior numbers, hope I can kill more than enough before their pikemen come here and move. I don't know, their pikemen are actually moving out. Maybe they feel a lot more confident in this than I thought. But as you can see here, that their general now is starting to waver. After how many men? 3. You've got 3 men left, and now you're only just starting to, you may lose this, and you may want to leave. But now, by the look of it, it's a little bit too late. One guy left. I'm going to watch this guy quickly. There you go, he's down. Come over here, however, and now it's sort of looking a bit like, okay, I got a fight happening over here. I've got some men here. They've got pikes heading my way. They've got strong melee infantry coming my way. But they've got a whole unit of Nordic warriors. We'll sum it down to that because they got a unit and a bit. Over here, however, it's sad to say that I believe I am now losing this jet. 82 down to 58. I have lost a lot more men than they have lost. And I'm hoping that my silver bar here just holds. Sort of thing. If I manage to hold it and win this, pardon me, I could end up winning or help these fighters up here. Here, these guys were wavering. I was like, okay, they're wavering and they're not going to hold too much. Pull the guy over here, pull guy over here. Whichever one he goes for, I have someone to hit him from behind, sort of thing. Got to do this way before these guys get here, and I've got to do it before these guys get here. That's the big key. Here, I am just hoping my guys fucking win. I hit the frenzy on, get the melee attack up, kill as many as you can. 50, 70. Okay, as you can see here, he's turning them around. I don't know if I noticed this. Yeah, I did notice it. There you go, engage these guys into melee. They got these guys coming up here. These guys I got it down here onto the other flank. Hopefully, I managed to engage. No, I engaged these before these engage into them. Bit of a shame I lost a few men here just from that initial little bit. My medium spear is coming from behind. Nice. Their guys have broken. Wonderful. Got another guy set up here. Gonna spread these guys out a bit more. I think I put, yeah, I'm pretty sure I put one in the middle. Over here we are both now starting to waver with 58 to 43. So I'm starting to spread these men up here a little bit now as their pikemen starting to climb the hill. Still got to be careful with these guys. I need to get rid of these before these get here. That is the main thing. If I keep hitting them down in small little bits like this in my numbers, we should be okay. So I can see it's starting to move up this pikeman here, 120 men. It's still a solid unit of pikes. My men have been battle shredded a little bit. I'm not really too sure what's going to be happening here. He seems to be aiming for me, so I charge my medium spears down. I don't know if I have to turn these around to fight these as of yet. What I should do here is probably pull them back a little bit so the engagement happens, but I decided instead just to hit on the charge. I mean, he's got kind of a semi-good spread of men here. I don't really be fighting up the hill like this, but at the same time my men are also fighting downhill. But again, 3 silver bar, it should be right. Back over here, however, battle just finished. We lost. There for 8 men. Now it comes down to this. I'm like, okay, these aren't walking upon me. I may be lucky and slip in, hit these guys, break them, sort of thing. Bit of a foolish thing to do, but currently seems to be working. Sort of thing. This over here. Oh no, my men behind run with 58 men, which means all the pikes focus now goes on to my spear unit. Over here I believe I hit them and just take them out pretty quickly. That's nice. He's still coming in, dedicated to the flank here. Again, pikes just turn all of them around mid-combat, and now I'm fighting pikes dead on with strong warriors behind me. This isn't good. I'm like, all back. Sort of thing. I do not want this to happen. I'd rather suffer a few losses here trying to retreat than kill all my men off with them hitting me on the side. So I was like, okay, I need to sort of do something here. Looking at it now, I'm like, my options don't look brilliant, sort of thing. So the music pumps up. It's getting tense. I'm just gonna watch this fight over here. I'm gonna change the angle a little bit so I can still keep up what's happening here. Just sort of just giving them a little bit of a run around. Here some strong melee is sort of engaging. My guys apparently do not seem to want to stay in this fight. They break. I'm like, balls. I got caught up by the pikemen. As you can see, I started to send the charge into there. Didn't work, so I'm like, okay, this is my own unit. This is my own unit, sort of thing. So it's like, I can try and bust through mass load of pikes and not do anything, or I can turn and fight men in the face, sort of thing. So I'll just turn these guys around now. It's like, if I can kill this unit, I might be able to move down, kill that unit, move around, and maybe one-on-one their pikes, but easier said than done to kill these guys. Sadly got immune poked now by a few spikes. I'm just gonna let this play out. You can see what happens. I'm Carpus. I hope you enjoyed this battle. I'll see you next time.
The men are losing faith. Our men have given up and are running for